On 18th October 1979, Benue Investment and Property Company Limited, BIPC, was incorporated as a limited liability company and commenced operations in March 1980. BIPC is wholly owned by Benue State Government. At inception, the company had a share capital of 5 million naira. This was increased to 20 million naira in 1992 and further to 50 million naira in 2002. Of the 50 million naira, the state government holds equity in the company's share capital to the tune of 30 million naira, leaving 20 million naira for further allocation. Currently, the company has an asset base with a market value of over 18 billion naira, with a vision to be the leading investment company in north-central Nigeria by the year 2030. BIPC has defined its mission, requiring it to drive economic development by promoting, managing, and investing in real sector and service projects that maximize stakeholders' value. BIPC's investment mandate is an elaboration of its vision through investment decisions that are focused on capitalization in stocks and projects that have developmental impact, which are primed to provide tangible, social, and economic benefits to the state. We at BIPC, we mobilize funds for the investment and development programs of the state. We act as a catalyst for the speedy economic development of the state. We engage in portfolio investment and capital market activities. We invest in real estate and infrastructural development. We provide tourism and hospitality services and provide business advisory and management consultancy services to the government and interested entrepreneurs in the state. Thus, we at BIPC, time is of the essence to us. The same time that is firmly and deeply rooted in our management team, headed by Alex D. Adum, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer.
I assumed mantle of leadership on the 29th of August 2019 upon appointment by His Excellency Governor Samuel Otom on the 20th of August 2019. When I arrived at the Benue Investment and Property Company, I met a company that was financially very weak. The assets had shrunk from an all-time high of about 40 billion at about 1999 to an all-time low of just about 9 billion, made up of about 3.8 billion in equities. That's portfolio equities in blue chip companies that are traded on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And then a real estate value of just about 5.2 billion. Today, by the special grace of God, the new management which I lead and the board has been able to retool the assets of the company by creating new investments and enhancing the growth of its portfolio. Our traded equities on the Nigerian Stock Exchange today are valued at an all-time high value of 6.6 billion. This is evidenced in the significant growth and reinvestment that we did in the market by acquiring new stocks and rebalancing the portfolio to achieve high-end growth in terms of dividend return, in terms of capital appreciation, and so on and so forth.
The growth in real estate started in 2019 up till date.
With respect to the real estate sector, we have carried out new investments in real estate, and we also carried the revaluation of our assets, which has given us today a net value of about 12 billion. So we have created new assets, new real estate assets in Abuja, in Makurdi, and have reinvested in our real estate portfolio in Lagos and in Kaduna. So today, the cumulative worth of the company from about 9 billion is about 18.1 billion, which represents about 100% growth in the last 3 years.
Strategic investments in the real estate development through enhancing its streams of income as well as addressing the house deficit in the state and attracting mutually beneficial partnerships. Notable of these are the Nyagyungu Housing Estate, 30 units of 3-bedroom flats at Nyagyungu Layout, located along George Akume Road, Makurdi, in July 2020, is worth over 600 million naira and is at 95% completion level, which is being commissioned today.
This one comprises of 30 bungalows. Now all these bungalows, each of the bungalows has 3 bedrooms but has 4 toilets. Now each one of the bungalows will sit on 450 square meters of land. And we're expecting from projections that each house will house averagely around 6 to 7 persons per home. So we're looking at an estate or a small community that can take 200 people conveniently as residents. But there are yet be others who will be going and coming as workers. For a community like that, you accept people who will be engaged as workers for security, for maintenance, for all kinds of jobs, for cleaning services. So it's going to also be a small center of employment.
This estate is to provide housing for the middle class. It's an ultra-modern estate that is comprised of 30 units of houses, 3-bedroom all-suite houses, plus a visitor's toilet, making it 4 conveniences, and an entrance foyer that also serves as an anteroom. The estate is designed with best-in-class infrastructure. We have roads that are paved and delivered by machine-vibrated interlock blocks, water system that can dispense 100,000 liters of water. There's also a security house, drainages, solar street lights, and there's a shopping arcade and a children's playground. As the name implies, it's a fountain estate, so there's also a water fountain, for the pleasure and the use and other functions for residents of the estate. It's an all-gated community, and it is delivered in one of the best locations, which is an upland area of Makurdi, which is devoid of flooding.
It is important to point out that the last time the company embarked on construction of a housing project was in 2004 under the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria Estate Development Loan Arrangement that funded the development of the Evergreen Low-Income Housing Estate in Niman and North Bank.
Our low-income housing projects were the Evergreen Estates in Niman and North Bank. Unfortunately, most of their low-income housing allottees, which obtained houses from us between 2004 to 2007 at cost as low as 1.8 and 2 million naira, have not been able to live up to their debt obligation, to us, because 16 years after the delivery of those houses, 70% of the allottees were unable to pay, and we had a debt overhang from the Federal Mortgage Bank from a loan facility of 300 million, which was collected to deliver those houses. The sum burgeoned to about 700 million. We have been able to repay the loan to the tune of almost 80–90%. What is left for us now to pay to exit the facility is about 46 million. The management under me, when I came, we met the loan at about 178 million, 78 million from the principal sum that was disbursed. And so what we did was to engage with the management of the Federal Mortgage Bank to give us a waiver, to grant us a waiver of the accrued interest, which had run up to over 700 million. And that waiver was granted to us only recently in February of 2023.
For Bipc Cosgrove Smart Homes, Mabushi, Abuja, Bipc signed a joint venture agreement with Cosgrove Investment Limited, one of the leading construction and property development companies in Nigeria, for the construction of Bipc Cosgrove Smart Homes in Mabushi, Abuja. The groundbreaking ceremony was performed in July 2021 by His Excellency Governor Samuel Otom. The project, which comprised 7, 5 and 4 bedroom duplexes with boys' quarters, is worth over 6 billion naira, and Bipc is expected to make a net profit income of about 1,300 million. The project is currently at about 50% completion.
There are two ways to initiate projects. You have a piece of land that is waiting for a concept, or you have a concept that is looking for a piece of land. Now, we had Mabushi, so we needed to look for a suitable concept to develop it. An attempt was made sometime in 2014, 2015 to develop Mabushi, but that attempt wasn't conclusive, and so we couldn't get the kind of results that we wanted. So there was no return on investment, as we couldn't even sell the homes. But going forward, we got a joint venture partner who was interested in working on the project with us, so it required total redevelopment. It means the designs were obsolete, and so the efforts so far made on the site couldn't bring in returns because it was like an obsolete project. So we had to initiate afresh, to design afresh, and to execute afresh. So as we speak, we are going to develop around 30 homes, and the project is actually around 50% completion. We are working with one of the leading developers in the Abuja market that are on the high end of the market. Cosgrove is our joint venture partner for that project. They are in the market not just for mass housing, but to fill a quality gap in the market. The understanding is such that we'll take a number of the homes at the end of the project.
Bentel Heights Luxury Estate, Bipc. The property is a prime residential piece of land located on Kwanum Aka Street in the GRA, Makurdi, overlooking the Benue River and waterworks.
We have the Bentel Heights, which is a luxury smart home estate of about 16 units, which is proposed to be housed at one of our listed subsidiaries, Bentel Limited, which was a telecommunications network. The location of the property is around the banks of the River Benue, overlooking, the old beach and the Nasme, golf course. So we hope that construction will be flagged off at the Bentel Heights between now and the end of the year, or perhaps in early next year. The Bentel Heights is meant to deliver luxury smart home accommodation for the high-end market. Mind you, in Benue Investment and Property Company, we are in the property market both at the lowest end of it and the middle end of it and the highest tertiary end of housing delivery.
BIPC also signed a joint venture agreement with WAP Construction, a Lagos and Rwanda-based property company, for the construction of BIPC WAP Estate in Karu, Nasarawa State.
We have also signed a joint venture agreement with the same WAP for the construction of the Karu Estate. The project is worth about 3 billion, which the company is expected to earn a return of about 500 million.
Now, what that project will bring to the table is approximately 100 homes of 2 and 3 bedroom flats. And as soon as approvals are obtained for development control, the project is expected to commence.
In order to enhance the operations of the guest houses, which had remained in a deplorable state for years, the company undertook the remodeling of the Kaduna guest house from the revenue generated from its internal operations. So far, a total sum of about 30,964,250 naira has been expended on the renovation and furnishing of 20 rooms with modern facilities. The management of BIPC also redeveloped the poolside section of Makudi Guest House by converting it into business and leisure arena. An exclusive executive lounge has also been incorporated to provide a place for relaxation for high net worth individuals.
We have also invested in retooling our hospitality division, which is comprised of about 2 guest houses, one in Kaduna and one in Makudi. The guest house in Kaduna is being completely remodeled in terms of the ambience, in terms of presentation of the rooms and other infrastructure. We have also upgraded the power supply to the guest house to ensure that at least we achieve a 24/7 power supply at the guest house. We have also worked on our guest house in North Bank, which work is still ongoing, but we have been able to deliver the Arena Sport, which is one of the premium business pleasure sports. It's delivered with a swimming pool and then a sitting arena that makes leisure very comfortable. We've also delivered the business lounge at the arena, which is an exclusive lounge, for high net worth individuals. And the rooms are being remodeled. We hope that between now and August 2024, would have been able to complete work also on the North Bank guest house.
The operations of oil and gas station, which was a standalone business unit, which had hampered due to a weak financial base, non-utilization of its bulk purchase license and poor haulage system, has been revitalized, and the station is operating optimally with steady returns to the company. As of 2019, when the hybrid management came on board, the Benue Plaza, Lagos, was in a terrible state of disrepair after the previous management had sunk in over 100 million naira to renovate the plaza. Alarmed by the sorry state, the new management deployed the concept of other people's money, OPM, to secure over 450 million naira worth of investment to reconstruct, renovate, and furnish the plaza into a home guest facility with swimming pool and contemporary finishing and furnishing by Presken Hotels Limited to run one of the most sought-after budget hospitality facility on Victoria Island, Lagos.
Lagos Plaza, which used to serve as our guest house facility, has been leased out to Presken, and the hotel management group has invested over 400 million, to renovate the facility and furnish it as one of the best sought-after budget facilities on the island in Lagos. It's fitted with a swimming pool, and they've expanded the room capacity from about 36 to 45. And the external facade has been rendered with aluminium cladding, to enhance the beauty and make it more appealing and more contemporary in terms of finish.
The Benue Plaza, Abuja, which was also fallow as at 2019, has been retooled and remodeled into one of the best modern office complexes in the central business district of Abuja through OPM, with Taj Bank as the project partners who have invested over 1 billion naira to renovate and redesign the property.
We've also retooled our flagship property asset, that's the Benue Plaza in Abuja, using the OPM model in partnership with Taj Bank. We have remodeled the plaza into one of the most iconic office complexes in the central business district area of Abuja. The property is located on 72 Ahmadu Bello Way. You hardly can miss it.
The Makurdi Mall is a new real estate investment approved by the board. The informing consciousness behind the mall is the desire to boost commerce and economic development of Makurdi, the capital of Benue State. To this end, the Makurdi Mall by Bipc is designed as a world-class shopping arena that would provide more than 2,000 square meters of lettable space for supermarket, cinemas, restaurants, pharmacy, bakery, coffee shops, branded shops, 200 cars parking lots, and more. It is expected to provide employment for over 200 people and de-emphasize capital flight.
A mall is a kind of central place for fast-moving commercial goods. So the mall is going to already we have the site for that. We have initiated the plans, the designs have been produced, the cost estimates are ready, and we are waiting resources to mobilize to execution. So the mall is going to give Makurdi a unique shopping experience and a location that they can go to while away time, because it's going to comprise a major anchor tenant. An anchor tenant is the one that is a crowd puller. They have all forms of offerings, very wide range of offerings. So because of the wide range of offerings, they also attract a wide range of customers coming to it. It is on the strength of the anchor tenant that a mall, or anchor tenants that a mall survives, because the other tenants, the other retailers, now take advantage of the traffic pool by the anchor tenants. So we are discussing with a number of anchor tenants, and that gives us hope that it's going to be a successful project.
We've also expanded into the trade of cement, which is one vital construction material, but the prices were going beyond the reach of the ordinary citizen or indigenous of Benue. So what we did was to seek to also obtain a distributorship with Dangote cement to ensure that at least we are able to cut the prices, the retail prices of the product. So while others are selling at about 4,800 naira, we are selling at 4,600. When we started initially, it was being traded at about 4,200. We were trading at about 3,700. You know, the fertilizers were previously provided by the government of the state at subsidized rate. But with the removal of subsidy now, most of our farmers are unable to get subsidized fertilizer from the state government, which is no longer dealing with fertilizers distribution and supply to farmers. What we have done is to meet the farmers halfway by ensuring that we secured the distributorship of Dangote Fertilizers Limited. And as distributors, we obtained the product directly from the manufacturer, and we retail to our farmers at the cheapest, best prices that they can find in the market.
Bipc has deepened its presence in the capital market by acquiring additional 5,890,851 units of shares in Zenith Bank PLC. This was done as part of the strategies to grow the company's portfolio and dividend income. In an attempt to promote and attract new investments in the state, has initiated discussions with Boa Group and Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC to explore the investment in new cement plants in Batiab and Igumale. The company has also intensified its partnership with the Nigeria Investment Promotion Commission (NIPC), Bank of Industry, Bank of Agriculture, Nexim Bank, Infrastructure Bank, and Development Bank.
We have also taken steps, to ensure that we recover some of our assets which were classified as non-performing or lost. So we have recovered our equities in the Nigerian Electricity Supply Company, NESCO in Jos. And today we have re-established, or we have been admitted into the board of the company. And so we are actively involved in the decision-making processes of the company. NESCO is actually located in Jos. It's the alternative distribution company that is a rival to the Jos Electricity Distribution Company in Jos. It was there since 1929, so it's an old company. The beauty of NESCO is that NESCO has both generation, transmission, and distribution, licenses all fused in one. So the company is doing very well. It's providing 24/7 electricity to Jos and its environs. We have also traced our equities in Hill Station Hotel, although running at a skeleton level. We hope that when the discussions for reinvestment, to reactivate the Hill Station Hotel, which is one of the oldest hotels in the north central region of Nigeria, which is located in Jos, Bipc will definitely be at the table because we have about 11% in the company.
The company, in collaboration with other organizations, also executed corporate social responsibilities geared towards uplifting Benue people in these areas. In 2020, Bipc went into collaboration with Unispring of Life Foundation, ESLF, towards scholarship in 2 categories, secondary and tertiary institutions of academic excellence of Benue origin. The secondary category is pegged at 500,000 naira, while the tertiary is 1 million naira for each student. Bipc and Radio Benue collaborated to produce 2 projects. Secondary Schools Quiz Challenge Competition between schools of the 3 senatorial zones in the state, 2022. Investment Clinic. Given the scale and multiple challenges facing the company, including lack of good corporate governance culture, the company had to carry out a review of its policies, particularly on investment.
By virtue of my role, the first thing that we needed to do, and my contribution, was to ensure that we have effective policies that govern the activities of this business, of this company. Because when I resumed in Bipc, it was almost like we didn't have policy documents that were regulating the activities of this company. First, we engaged Rare Virtue. They handed down the drafted policies for this company. Owner Alex Adum resumed as the MD of Benue Investment and Property Company Limited. Some of the challenges that were not addressed by the then policy that were drafted by Rare Virtue, we again had to get S Consulting to be able to review the policy documents and then cover the feed, cover those lapses, those loopholes that were left open by the then policy. I would want to tell you that as it is presently, we have very effective policies that are put in place, especially with regards to internal control. That is internal control. As it is presently, it is difficult for one unit or department to be able to stand a process and then go conclusively without involving the others. The internal control mechanism have been put in place, unlike what it used to be before. Now, another aspect is that of the HR policy. We have improved on the HR policy. As it is presently, we have a very robust HR policy. The HR policy has provided for the appraisal review system, and as it is present, we just concluded a promotion exercise that is based strictly on appraisal system, which is performance-based.
The management of the BIPC recognizes that a well-motivated workforce is key to achieving its vision and mission. To this end, the current management of the company places great premium on staff welfare. Staff salaries are promptly paid. All allowances and staff benefit that were in arrears have all been cleared, and management is in the process of implementing new welfare packages.
My experience in Bipc has been a wonderful one. I've experienced 3 MDs, and so far so good. I've had a very wonderful experience with my current MD. He has paid all our benefits up to date, and we hope that this will continue. The company is stabilized, and we have experienced peace and progress in the IPC.
Issues of staff welfare have been given priority. I can recall very clearly how staff welfare issues were not given utmost attention. But upon the coming on board of Dr. Adum, he prioritized the issues of staff welfare. I'm hammering on staff welfare because that is my area. You know, that we had outstanding leave payments. We had other welfare packages that hitherto were not given to staff as at when due. But upon assumption of this, he prioritized those issues that relates to welfare, staff welfare. And I can beat my chest to say that as we speak, staff-related issues are at the top burner of the administration of Dr. Alex Adum.
The net assets value of the company grew by 99% from 9,500 billion naira in year 2020 to 18,100 billion naira in the year 2021. This result was achieved due to prudent management of resources and the revaluation of the existing assets to obtain the actual values. The long-term goal is to increase the store of generational wealth for the shareholders and the people of Benue State. There is no doubt that the most glorious period of BIPC is 2019 to 2023, which saw the strategic restructuring of the company that positioned it on the path of sustainable profitability. It is this condition that has given vent to its capacity to meet its vision. In this way, its mission has enlivened the collective vision of Governor Samuel Otom through investments that hope to secure the future of the people of Benue State.